Hello, friends. This is photo blogging David Beloff right here backstage at our Virginia Symphony Orchestra, and I'm here with Scott Jackson, who is one of the great musicians of the symphony. And Scott, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. We just had a good concert for kids we call PB&J with a pirate theme, so we got to play some great music and just finished packing up. Being a percussionist, we're always the last to leave because we have the most stuff to pack up, so getting ready to go home.
Right, so you are the percussionist, so you are not just a drummer. There's so many other different sounds that you make. Could you talk about that for a little?
Sure. Percussion's kind of unique in that it's the only instrument that's not really identified by a specific instrument, but how you play an instrument. And percussion just means hitting. So it's anything you hit, and it's a very natural thing. We think probably the oldest instruments, without a question, are percussion instruments, drums, or things that were hit together. So pretty much anything you would strike, either with a stick or a mallet or your hand, will play. In a typical concert, I'll usually play 8 or 10 instruments. Today I played snare drum, cymbal, gong, triangle, tambourine, bass drum, and that's a pretty typical day. And part of being in a percussion section is there's a certain dance to it, because all of us are playing multiple instruments, and we've got to be able to get to them at the right time without any unnecessary crashing together. So there's a certain part of the rehearsal for the percussion section, unlike any other instrument, that's a choreography of how we're moving about back there.
Interesting. So how did you get started with this instrument?
I started out, like many kids, in middle school band. I started out as a 5th grader. I knew I wanted to play the drums, and what I found along the way is I loved classical music. So I started out playing drum set, but then found I was really drawn to orchestral music, and that's really how I ended up in an orchestra. Although I still love rock and roll.
Okay, so you loved rock and roll, so did you have dreams of being a rock star drummer growing up?
I mainly had dreams in middle school of getting a date to one of the middle school dances playing drum set. But no, I didn't dream of being a rock star.
Right. Fair enough. So what advice do you have for people that want to actually be a professional musician, especially to the caliber of the Virginia Symphony?
Well, I would say it's great to pursue that dream. I just know up front it takes a tremendous amount of work. It also takes some luck. And you also really need to find a great teacher. I think every musician I know had a teacher that really influenced them along the way. So whether you're middle school age, high school age, college age, find the very best teacher you can.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me, and I look forward to the next show.
Thanks. I hope to see you there.